Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Silverfox podcast. This is episode number 81. Before we start, click on the follow button on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We are everywhere. So please share the love. Now I'm very excited today because I've got not one but two guests on the show, and both of them are current players in the Singapore Premier League. They're playing for the same club, that is Tampines Rovers Football Club. They are also national team players, by the way. So good to have them here. And I've got to say, I'm very, very happy and stoked because they were former College East students, College East players, and kind of like coached them a little bit when they were there. I'm very, very happy for them to be here today. Welcome to the Silverfox podcast, Mr. Taufik Suparno and Mr. Shah Shahiran.
Thank you for having us.
Don't be shy. Okay, let's warm up a little bit. You know, I know both of you are a little bit shy. Taufik, you went up to the latest, with the latest national team out and played against Hong Kong and Macau, right?
Yes.
How was the experience like?
It was good. I mean, I started the game against Hong Kong.
Right.
Yeah. I expected like, okay, this is gonna be a tough game, you know.
Right.
And it's our first day of fasting Ramadan, and then it's not gonna be easy, but then. Yeah, I think it was a decent result for all of us, and you know, more new faces on the team as well. So, yeah, I think we did quite really well.
By the way, I did commentate on that first game against Hong Kong, and it was a decent run out. Obviously, you started the game.
Mm-hmm.
Your performance wise, how do you think that?
I don't think I did really well for the game. I mean,
why?
I don't know. I think I wasn't really prepared.
Yeah.
For, you know, because at halftime, I was having this dizziness.
Okay.
And
because of fasting or what?
I think so. Because I thought like, okay, I just want to break fast with one. Fruits and like that. Then okay, that's ready for the game.
Right.
But then halfway through, I was like.
Actually, I wanted to ask you this about this part as well, right? The fasting month obviously just started last week, right? And this is into the second week. What do y'all do when it's on match days? Do y'all fast and then break a little bit, eat a little bit of food, and then play, because now the game is pushed to 8:30, right?
Yes.
So what do y'all usually do? This is good information actually, Asha.
Usually we break fast before our warm up. Like we eat some fruits.
Okay.
And then drink.
Yeah.
Then after that, should we go for warm up?
Right. And then after that, you play the game, and then at halftime have something, and then after the game is then the full.
The full meal.
Yes.
Okay.
Dates are important actually.
Right. Kudos to you guys and the rest of the players in the SPL who are fasting in the world, obviously, and because it's not easy. It's not easy. How about you, Shah? I hear that today is your ORD date. Is it? Is it today? When?
No, supposed to be 12 Feb.
Okay.
Then I extended 1 month plus because I went for the training camp in Japan and the EFF Suzuki Cup.
So what? They extended the ORD date?
Yeah.
Is it possible?
I think so.
Really? So okay. So when is your last day? Today?
29 March.
Oh, so just a couple of days ago. So how does it feel, my friend, to feel the it's a different kind of air, isn't it?
Finally, because I don't have enough rest during NS, and then sometimes.
Why? What? Okay, what's the deal now with you and Young Lions, and how does it go about?
Most of my NS time, I play with the Young Lions.
Right.
And then, for example, if there's match day, and then sometimes I only slept for like 3 to 4 hours if we have a lot of calls. Because as you can see, I'm a firefighter.
Okay.
So like sometimes there's a lot of calls.
Right.
And then we cannot like.
So you work shifts, sir?
1 day work, 2 days off, but it's 24-hour shift.
Right. So and then you go for training, and then you have to play games and whatnot. Right. I understand. So you're happy now, right?
Finally.
I can see the relief in your face. Now, guys, let's move on and start talking about football and how you've got here in the first place, right? And obviously growing up and stuff like that. Taufik, growing up, your family, your siblings, how many siblings do you have? Or you don't have any?
I only have one younger sister.
All right, and
myself.
Right, and growing up, how was it like? Was it always football for you?
Yes.
Always?
It's always been. I started playing football actually from a group of friends where we live nearby your neighbors and
Right.
everything. So we always we call it lepak lah. I mean downstairs.
Right,
lepak.
right.
And then we always there was a cage at my block area, like
Okay.
a football cage.
Okay, it's
not
like a futsal kind of.
yeah, but it's not a futsal or anything. It's just a cage that
Okay.
and there's goalposts in there. So
Okay.
yeah, we play football there, and then
Right.
that's how I grew up. And then one day this guy Ahmad Fahmi,
Okay.
do you know Ahmad Fahmi
Yes,
from Tampines Rovers last
Right.
time? Yeah, he was my same block as me also.
Right.
So he told me that I actually have potential to play in
Okay.
professional. So he recommend and bring me to under 16. That's how
Okay.
I started.
Under 16 with Tampines.
Tampines, yes.
Right. And how about schools? Which schools do you go to?
Primary school, I was in Yumin Primary School.
Where's
It's just beside my house.
Where is this? by the way?
Tampines.
Tampines. Okay.
Tampines.
Okay. Right.
And then secondary school, I went to Siglap.
Right. How was studies like?
I
Good.
would
So
say
average.
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 I mean,
Yeah. Right. How about you, Shah? Growing up, how many siblings do you have?
I have one elder sister,
Okay.
and myself lah.
Right. Right.
So I just love to play football lah.
Did you guys play any other sports growing up?
Sepak takraw.
Right. Yourself?
I only played sepak takraw during secondary school,
Yeah.
just for fun.
Okay. And then growing up, you were always playing football basically.
Yeah.
Studies wise?
To be honest with you, I don't like to study.
Okay. Okay.
But then I think it's average lah. Okay lah.
Yeah. And okay, and you were growing up, you were also you played for the NFA team.
Yes, from NFA 14 till NFA 18.
14 to all the way to 18, right? So before that, what were you playing? Where were you playing? Just for school. Which schools do you go to, by the way?
I went to, for secondary school, I went to sports school, and then primary
Okay.
school is Fengshan Primary School.
So how was sports school like?
Sports school actually it's like normal school lah. Only
Right.
we have like extra training, extra like, because okay, usually in the morning we have training,
Okay.
and then we went for class,
Right.
and then the afternoon we rest for a while and then start training again.
Right.
Then at night we will go for our supervised study time lah.
I see. And but most of it was football based, basically, right? Because you were there for football anyway.
Yeah.
What started you to football? Like what was the influence like? Was it your dad? Was it just
Yes.
watching TV? What was it?
My family, my mom and my dad.
Yeah. They watch football or they played football?
They watch football.
Right.
They never play football, but they
Okay.
watch football, and then
Yeah.
they bring me to. They always my dad is always into football until today.
Yeah.
Every game he will watch, even Geylang game or Tanjung
Yeah,
Pagar game,
yeah,
he will
understand.
travel to watch. Yeah. And then he brought me to this Tampines Rovers game because we stay in Tampines, right? So
Okay.
every time Tampines game without me, we will always go there. And then when I watch football, I was like, wow,
Right.
I'm really in love with how they play. You know,
Right.
Tampines playing style at that point of time. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Which team do you support, by the way? Not local, but
Liverpool actually.
Liverpool. Were you influenced by anybody, player wise, like growing up?
Fernando Torres actually.
Fernando Torres.
Yeah.
Striker as well.
Yes, aggressive,
So
fast.
just like you lah, basically. How about you, Shah? What started you to football? Like, was it your dad? Was it just watching TV one day and they say, "Oh, damn, this is good, man"?
Oh, when I was young, I always watch my dad play.
Okay.
Like even if he play, okay, there's a basketball court in front of my block there.
Okay.
Then he usually play with his friends.
Okay.
So I was there watching
Yeah.
outside of the cage, and then like hoping to play with him.
Yeah. What age was this?
6, 7.
Right. Right. Was your dad a club player or anything like that?
No, I don't
Yeah?
think so.
Right. Is he a good player? Pressure.
I'm better than him.
Right. Nice, very nice. You see, that's very frank of you. I wanna talk to you guys about your positions, right? So, okay, first of all, what is your position? Can you please explain to me what's your position? Because midfielder can be anything, right? Can be a centre mid, can be a holding mid, can be attacking mid, can be whatever, right? So, what is your role,
Number
Shah?
6.
Actually, my role.
Okay, your present
Present role.
Yeah, what's your present role?
It's number 6 because I have to play with Kyoga. It's like 2 holding mid.
Right, so you drop deep and collect the ball and whatnot, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, how about your favorite position?
My favorite position. For now, I don't have any favorite position. I can
Right.
play I think number 6,
Yeah.
number 10.
Right.
But then last time I prefer to play number 6.
Yeah, because you like to be more involved in the
Yes,
game.
correct.
Because you can back deep. How about you, Taufik?
Definitely my favorite position is playing as a forward, so it doesn't matter like left, right,
Okay.
or center forward.
Right.
But my position right now in Tampines is kind of like a number 10, attacking mid, like, you know,
Okay.
in between of those gaps, you know,
Okay.
like a false nine.
In the half spaces and
yes, yes, like behind the midfield line. So it's somewhere.
I mean,
somewhere there.
without like giving away strategies and tactics and whatever, because I do lots of Tampines games as well nowadays, and yeah, I do notice that because your wide players do not stay wide. You come in a little bit narrow, and
Yes.
then your left back can go up, your right back can go up, and even your central midfielders can fill up the gap. So yeah, I wanna talk about NFA, Shah. Right. So you were in NFA from from 14 years old.
Yes, 14.
To
but then
18,
we
right?
started secondary 1.
Yeah, when you went to sports school and all, right? How did NFA help you in your football journey? And who were your earlier coaches at NFA?
For me, if you train every day, then you get better lah.
Right.
So it helps me to improve on my technique and all.
Yeah.
So my previous coaches was we changed a lot of coaches.
Okay.
So it's from I think Taku from Japan.
Yeah.
I think he's a Japanese. Japanese.
Yep.
And then Coach No,
Yeah. Okay.
Akari's dad.
Yes. Yes.
Coach Donald.
Right. Donald one.
Uh,
Yep. So there were many
Yeah, many
coaches that do you think that whatever that you went through at NFA has helped you a lot now, thinking back, and you know the advice that were given to you and whatnot?
Yes, definitely. But then I didn't get enough playing time
Okay.
till NFA 16 or 17.
Okay.
So I was a bench player until
Right.
NFA 17.
Why?
I
Was it
think-
because of the size?
Yes, maybe.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good players lah.
Okay.
Because
Okay, you tell me who were in that group that were ahead of you now, as in at that time. Who were the players that always got to play?
like current players that still playing.
Yeah. No one?
The current players, I think
Saifullah.
Saifullah.
Okay, that's it.
I think that's it.
And the rest are not playing anymore, right? Or
For my position, is it?
yeah. Oh yeah, for in your position.
Not anymore.
So that's actually a good example of, you know, how things can develop, right? It's not, you know, it's not all a failure if you don't start games and you know you are always on the bench and you know not playing games, not starting games, and now there's a difference, isn't it? You can look at all these players and say, you know, it's development, you know. I think and that's wonderful, Shah. You were with Tampines all the way in clubs,
Yes.
right?
Yes. From 16
It's-
to under 18 to Premier League.
And you are 27 now?
28 this year.
28 this year, right?
Yes.
How has Tampines developed you? Because I think they must have developed you a lot, man. Like you know, from
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think I've learned a lot. I mean, in terms of like understanding the game, really. You know, last time when you were young, you always thought like, okay, playing football is just, you know, having fun,
Yeah.
kick the ball around.
Right.
Then as you grow, you learn
Yeah.
like about more of like your job, what to do on this position, what to do on
Okay.
that position. So
Yeah.
understanding the game better lah. You know.
Who were your coaches?
From 16 until Premier League was Coach Satria.
Okay.
He was a left back for Tampines Rovers.
Yes.
Yes.
And who else after that?
No, I think that's it. And then I went to S League was Rafi Ali. And
Okay.
then
Where-
I went to Young Lions after that.
Correct.
Yes, yeah.
Where did you get this aggression from, Taufik?
No, Alam Shah, to be honest.
Really?
Yes. I used to like him a lot when I was young.
So now you don't like him anymore?
I mean, yes. I still do like him.
Yeah. Okay.
He inspired me a lot. I mean, as
Because
a striker.
when he was playing for Tampines, were you watching the games
yes,
then?
watching
Right.
the game with my family.
Did you ever play with him?
Yes. I think in 2000. I think before I went to NS.
Okay.
Yeah,
Must have been a very good
Yeah,
experience.
from Premier League, you know, they
Yes.
call Premier League players up, right?
Right.
So sometimes most of the time I train with them. Rafi Ali will call me up at I want Taufik to train me fast.
Was it a good experience?
Good experience, but at the point of time, I was very nervous and scared.
And listen, this is a well-known fact, right? In Tampines, in the past, right? I'm talking about in the past.
Yes.
All the experienced players, they were quite scary, right?
Yes.
Was it the truth?
Amalatip.
so they were all damn scary.
Yes.
If the younger players like do not fall in line, they will just like, yeah.
Yeah, true.
That's true. Any story with you? Like, did you get any
I remember one time when I was a ball boy for Tampines game.
Okay.
Actually I was like holding onto the ball, and then there's a ball inside. Obviously, you are not allowed to give another
Right.
ball when the ball is inside. So Ahmad Latif actually was like, I think Tampines was losing 1-0 or 2-1, and then he came. I didn't want to give him the ball. I showed him that ball is still inside. He kicked that ball to me. And I was shocked. Like,
He kicked the ball that was
kicked the ball straight to me, and I was like, because he like mumbled like, I asked you to give him the ball, right?
right.
Something like
This
that.
was in a match.
Yes. I think I was 17 years old or 16 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So they were like really crazy then, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Compared to now and last time is totally a lot difference.
Nice. Do you all ever remember an advice that was given to you by any coach, and then you remember till now when you were younger, growing up? Anyone? Both of you?
For me, Suparno.
So you don't you just go on with all
It's like
the
the normal stuff lah. Just
Right.
continue to work hard.
right.
Just don't give up.
Right.
That's all.
How about you, Taufik? Did like anything specific that someone, maybe Rafi or whoever, can be anyone, told you and then you remember till now?
I think almost all the coaches are the same, but Coach Satya ever told me like don't ever stop working hard, because he can see that I have the potential to go far. And so, striker in Singapore, usually local striker not many, right? I mean the top one,
Yes.
the top one. So he told me that I can be, but you just don't stop working hard, and that aggression.
Yeah.
Even if like the game doesn't goes well for you, just keep on going.
Right. Good advice. Now let's talk about IT, my favorite subject. Okay. Anyway, right. Tell me your memories at IT, Shah. What was it like?
For me, definitely the football over there lah.
Yeah. Not the studies, right?
Not the studies.
Okay. What was it about the football there?
I can express myself more
Yeah.
because there's a lot of tournaments over there also,
Yeah.
such as the ITSC,
Yeah.
the Polite game, the IVP. So usually IT is the strongest so we win a lot of games. So from there we can progress to from Polite, and then if we win we go to IVP.
Right.
So I don't know, I just can.
You say you can express yourself more, right?
Yes.
Why is that so?
It's like I don't have to be nervous. Like I'm not nervous because it's so much different for SPL and
Of course.
IT games.
Yeah.
For IT games, I don't feel any nervous over there,
Right.
and then I can just enjoy my football.
Right.
For SPL, for the starting, I'm a bit nervous, and then now,
Starting meaning as in
Like,
when you first started
when I
out, or
first start, yeah.
or the first few minutes of a game.
No. In 2018, I
Yeah.
started my professional
Yeah.
debut. So I'm always a bit nervous in
Right.
that year.
Right. How about you, Taufik? What was IT like for you?
I mean, I learned a lot also in IT. I meet a lot of different people, and
Right.
I made a lot of like good friends from there.
Right.
So yeah, one thing definitely also is about football,
Right.
and East actually is one of the strongest. I mean, to me lah.
Yeah.
I mean, with the players that we had.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and then that yeah, I think like he said, it's true. I mean, you play in IT. And at that point of time, I was like, some players are not from the club, and then some
Yes.
from the club. So me playing with them, at least they also like will ask me like, hey, how is it like to
Right,
train every day, so it's good lah, to play with them. So at least you share out some
Right.
of your
But
experience.
but by the way, those of you who are listening and watching this, Taufik and Shah both won the IVP.
Yes.
Did y'all win the Polite?
Yes.
Yes.
You won the Polite as well.
Yes.
Great. ITIC don't say lah. Should have been somewhere around there. You'll want it right. Yeah. So it was a wonderful for me personally as well, as in taking you guys during the ITIC Polite and even IVP was great. But there was a trip as well. Taufik. Remember the trip?
Jakarta.
It was Jakarta, and it was a great time. And I think you spoke about the non-club players joining in, and there was a very good teamwork, and there was good unity as well. And we went there and we came back, and I think you can see the team growing. And then we won the IVP as well. It was great memories. And who were up there, the players? Can you
Shami, Tajli
as well, yes. Which Shami? Shami Azik.
Right.
Right.
At that point of time, Shami Azik was a striker, remember?
Yes. Who else?
Yes, Shahir, the brother.
Yes.
And then I think
There were a couple of good players,
Yes,
man.
yes.
And you know,
who else?
Shah, your batch?
My bad.
Khairul Hairi.
Khairul Hairi.
There's a few players in that batch as well. They were, went on to. It was a good. Can't.
I think my time Umar Ramli also was there.
Umar, yes,
Umar
Umar
Ramli.
as well. Umar has been.
Usali.
you, nice.
Funny guy.
It was a great trip and great moments as well. Now let's talk about pro football. Shah, 2021 to 2023, you were with Young Lions, right? Forget about the tiring part. Obviously, you were tired, right? NS and whatnot, right? What was the experience like playing for the Young Lions?
For Young Lions, I learned a lot of things, such as the downfall.
Yes.
Like, because as you can see, we lost a lot of matches, and then from there, game by game, we get stronger, such as learn from our mistakes.
Right.
And then for me, it's a motivation. Like, if we win a match, the next game we definitely want to push ourselves even harder.
How about you, Taufik? You were in the team as well, the Young Lions team
yes.
before, obviously, in 2015 to 2017, right?
Yes,
What
3
was-
years, I think.
What was the feeling like? I think he spoke about the downfall, and let me ask you this: mentally, does it get to you because you keep on losing games?
Yes.
Does it get to you?
It is. And then I was a storeman at that point of time.
Okay.
In army.
Right.
So, I don't stay in camp, and I always back and forth 8 to 5, and then after 5 p.m. I straight to training, and then
Yeah.
after training 10 p.m. I reach home the next day 8 a.m. Every day is like that. And towards the game, when you play the match, you give your everything,
Right.
but you still lose the game. And
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't easy.
Listen, this is a very good point that you brought up, both of you, and those who are watching and listening in as well. Those who are playing in the Young Lions, most of them are in NS. Not
Yes.
most lah. I mean, the majority, and
Yes.
then we've got the younger ones as well. So a lot of people don't understand this part, and even sometimes you don't even know who's playing until the very last moment, isn't it?
Yes.
Is that the truth?
Yes,
It is
yes.
the truth, right? Because of who gets released
Yes,
from camp, and
correct.
listen, it's it's tough. It's tough for the coaches. It's tough for the players as
Yes.
well. And people need to understand that part as well. And mentally, it gets to you, isn't it? Because you keep on losing, and then you drag yourself to work the next day
Yes.
after a loss. The next
Yes.
day you go to work at 8 o'clock. You just feel, the feeling is
Yes.
off.
Correct.
I want to move slightly forward to the national team. Taufik, we start with you, right? Your first call up was in 2015. That was a long time ago. 2015 is like freaking 8 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah?
8 years.
8 years ago.
8 years ago.
And you made your debut only last year.
Last
Is
year.
that right?
Yes.
Okay. You were called up by in 2015.
Stage.
How
Stage.
what was the feeling like when you were called up to the squad and you were on the bench in the World Cup qualifying?
Yes, I was on the bench.
What was the feeling like?
Wow, it's like pleasure. I mean, and at that point in time when he called me, I was sleeping actually.
Okay.
I was sleeping, and then I received a call, unknown number. Then I was like, who is this? Okay, never mind, I just answered like hello. Then he's like, is this Muhammad Taufik? Then I say yes. Congratulations, you have been called up for because Khairul Amri was injured at one time, his hamstring or something. Then I was like, I can't even believe it. I even straight away told my mom like, Ma, I get called up for national team. And then I was excited.
Right.
Then I thought I think I'm ready to play.
How old were you? 19.
Yes, 19.
Nine-
2015 should be
Yeah.
probably 19
About
years.
19 years old.
19, 20, yes.
And you were on the bench during the World Cup qualifiers?
Yes, both games.
Did you really want to come on, or did
Yes.
you feel nervous? Don't put me on, man.
At first it was. I was feeling nervous and like,
Where was this? Was it local?
In Singapore,
Oh, okay,
in Singapore.
okay.
So I thought, hopefully I won't be playing lah.
Right.
Maybe if I want to play, maybe if we are winning or what lah. But
Yes.
the teams that we are playing, Japan, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's hard lah. I mean,
Right.
yeah. But then after watching them play, and you feel that you have that vibe like, hey, I want to come on, to help the team.
Right.
That feeling, yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So it was sadly I didn't get the chance to.
And obviously from 2015 till now, till last year, it's on off, getting call up, not getting call up, and
Yes.
stuff like that. Did you feel demoralized? Not even playing, maybe, I don't know, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Did you feel demoralized along that way from 2015 till last year?
Yes, of course. And that same year I had my ACL actually. After that national call up, and then we went for Vietnam for
Right.
Newspaper Cup under 23.
Right.
That day I had my ACL torn. Yeah.
Wow.
So it wasn't easy. Then I was like, it's just my first call up to the national team, and then I get this kind of injury.
Did you ever think that I think my chance is gone?
No. I don't believe in that because I know at my age at that point of time was still young, and I received a lot of messages and everything. They say that you are still young, don't
Right.
worry, take this as a learn to be better lah, I mean stronger lah.
Right.
And turn out I became actually stronger, I mean in size lah. At
Right.
that point of time I was really skinny, like
Were you?
yeah, I
No,
was,
you weren't that skinny, my friend. He was
not
damn
really
skinny.
that skinny, but I was
Right.
quite thin, I mean quite light.
So now,
My weight.
so now you hit the gym.
Yes.
Yeah, most of the time.
Most of the time. Yes.
Shah, you were different, as in the chance given, right? You were called up last year only,
Yes.
and then you made your debut in that same tournament, right?
Yeah. I think it's Tri Nation.
Yeah, Tri Nation.
Tri-Nation.
What was the feeling like? Okay, you started the game.
Against Malaysia, I didn't get
Nah,
my
you did.
chance.
Yeah, right.
Then
Philippines.
The next game against Philippines,
Yep.
I came on at the 84th minute
Right.
or 86. I forget.
Yeah.
And then we won the game also.
Yeah.
And then I was really nervous actually
Before coming in, right?
before coming in.
Yeah.
But then after I came in, I like calm myself down, and then Shawal scored the goal.
Right.
And then I had goosebumps
Right.
because I don't know, the fans were amazing now on that day.
Right.
There were quite a number of fans.
When was your first start?
My first start was in Dubai before our Asian qualifiers. Before our Asian qualifiers,
Right.
Friendly match. Yeah.
It's a friendly match.
Did you have to sing the national anthem for that
National
one?
anthem? For Dubai?
Yeah.
No.
No?
My first national anthem with the senior national team was against Kazakhstan.
What was the feeling like? Because was that your dream growing up in the cage, watching your dad play?
Yes, of course.
What was the feeling like?
It was a pride lah, because since young I wanted to play with the national team. So during the national anthem, I sang really. I just all out, just sing.
Your dad
to-
must be very proud of you.
Yeah, of course.
Right, and your
Because
family, of course.
my dad and my mom wanted me to continue my football, even though like during NFA I didn't get my playing time. I was really upset myself lah.
Yeah.
And then my dad keep pushing me
Okay.
to go on, and then finally I get my national call up in
Right.
2022.
How about you, Taufik? The first time you sang the national anthem with the national team, what was the feeling
proud
like?
moments.
Yeah.
I mean, I had goosebumps, and when I sing it out loud, I was like shivering a bit. You know the feeling of like, wow, finally, I'm here and representing the country and wearing that flag on your chest.
Yeah.
And definitely, in my mind, I was like, obviously thinking about my family, how I went through with them, and my wife who has been there always supporting me. Yeah.
Have you scored yet for the national team?
No, not yet.
My friend, you have scored against Myanmar
Yes, correct.
in the AFF. It's a big tournament, my friend, and it was a long shot. Keeper parried it, tipped it into his own goal, but it doesn't matter. It's a goal is a goal. What was the feeling like?
I don't know, I was shocked
Yeah.
because it's a long shot also.
Right.
And then definitely one of the best moment in my life because it's a home game also.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
Like my family was there to witness my goal against them. I mean
Right.
against the Myanmar.
Yeah.
I was so happy
Now, international tournaments, right? What's the feeling like in the camp? Is there more pressure than when you play for in the SPL game, for example, or you go overseas or whatever with it? Is there more pressure, added pressure? How does the senior players treat you?
I think yes, it is. I think more pressure in terms of like playing with a new different kind of players.
Yes.
Different people. In your club, you everyday train with them, every day with them. In national is that short period of time you have to bond with them and
Right.
adapt with their playing style and yeah.
Senior players wise,
Senior players.
do they treat you, just
Yes.
like normal, or they are a little bit.
Compare from 2015 when I had my first call up and now it's totally different. At 2015 there was Shari Isha,
Right.
and then Baihaki,
Right.
and then Fazul Nawaz at that point of time.
So what's the difference?
The difference is now they are actually quite more relaxed.
Right.
Like they can like speak to you and nicely like. At that point of time, they fuck you when they fuck you. I mean,
Right.
sorry to say the F word,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, if not saying that they're gonna F you all the time, but
I understand.
mistakes happen. So that pressure is different than compared to now.
Right. It's a very good thing that you brought this up, right? Because does it make the players softer now as well? Shah, do you think so? Because you just got called up last year, so probably he's in the new so-called new
I
generation.
remember in 2015, me and Ali was roommate. Amirul Ali.
Amirul Ali, right?
And then one day we woke up for I think limbering. We were late.
Okay, both of you.
Yes. And they were like, "Hey, how to go down?" We wake up late.
Right.
Then we went down. Everyone clap hands.
Oh,
Then-
seriously?
Yeah. Then they was like, "Oh, your Taufik, they call me Taufik. Your first call out, you already late for limbering." And then I was like, "Oh my god." Never mind. Then Baiki said, "Never mind. You later come to my room, collect order for us food at night." Then collect order. I mean, they give us money, then we just help them to buy food. I mean,
right.
Yeah, for
A
their
little,
supper.
a little bit of a punishment there.
Punishment,
Yeah.
yes.
I think you were lucky. That was only it. Imagine if it was before with the Rafis and
Yeah.
I think that's it, man. That's it.
what I heard from
Right.
Haris.
Yes.
That time was really
Right.
different.
So have you learnt your lesson?
Yes, of course.
Have you ever been late before after that?
I mean, I'm gonna be lying if there
Yeah,
wasn't, but there is.
Right.
But sometimes
yeah.
with valid reason.
I think you need to learn from this as well, right?
Yes, yes.
And I think Shah, you don't know about this lah, basically, because right now I think the players are more accommodating of you and so it's good, right? I want to move on to Tampines Rovers, right? What does Tampines Rovers mean to you, Shah? How special is the club, you think?
So special for me.
Why?
Because after my NFA stint, I straightaway play with Tampines Rovers till now. So because I grew a lot from Tampines.
You were saying that when you were playing with NFA and stuff, you weren't getting minutes,
Yeah.
right? Did Tampines then help you out in that sense that when you went there you were playing more?
For the first year, I didn't get my playing time. It was under Jurgen, I think.
Right.
And then the following year, Gavin took over.
Right.
And then
Jürgen was from the NFA as well.
No,
before that.
2018,
Right.
Tampines Rovers.
Okay.
And then 2019, Gavin took over, and then I got a chance
Yeah.
to express myself and show what
Okay.
I'm capable of doing.
Yeah.
And then from there, Gavin guide me
Okay.
to become a better player lah.
Okay. It's a good point. Let me ask you, how has Gavin helped you? Because I think let's look at the team now. They're doing well, and obviously he took over 3-4 years ago. I think already now. It's been some time. How has he helped you grow as a footballer and as a player as well? Or as a person? Sorry.
He always take Shahiran as example. He want me to become like him.
Right.
So he asked me to learn from Shahiran a bit more because 2019 Shahiran was in Tampines also. I think 2020. 20.
Yeah.
2019 or 20 lah.
Right.
And then to be honest, I learned a lot from him lah.
Right.
Like his positioning, and then like if he won't collect the ball, and then he will create space for his teammates lah.
Right.
So from there I learned a lot lah from him.
How about you, Taufik? How obviously we know you grew up with Tampines in terms of the club and all. How about Gavin? How has Gavin helped you in your development as a footballer as well as a person as well?
Overall, I would say he made me became stronger in terms of not size or what, in terms of like brains.
Okay.
Strong brains, like even if you make mistakes in trainings or what, that's how you learn, and always think about next action, and positioning wise, he always advised me, and touches very important, because knowing myself from last time, my touches wasn't that good.
Okay.
I mean, you even know when I was in IT, not the best touches that I had, and that's where I train. I started to come training early and just kick the ball onto the wall, and sometimes Yasir like to play with me. That two touch. Yeah.
Okay.
So he told me that don't stop doing this lah. Just keep going.
Where you just spoke about it in IT, and what struck me most about both of you. You, number one, is the fact that obviously you were aggressive, but you never complained. when someone just whacks you or whatever, because you're a striker, right? Yeah. You just get up and play the game. Because another person, and we know how it is in schools football and all, when you get whacked, you want to get up, you want to fight, you want to be a gangster, you want to be this, but you're different, and that struck me the most, and I think that was great. Shah was different as well. Shah's touches, right, much different from Taufik's. Yours was your touches, and what struck me most about you, and I spoke to Gavin about this as well, about you, was tactically you were very good. Tactically you were very aware of what's happening around you, surroundings. Sometimes, for example, you're a midfielder and somebody makes a run, and then you will cover a person's position without the coaches telling you, and I think you've got that, and that's the difference about you. So that's great. I want to ask you, how special is this team this year, Tampines? You guys are unbeaten, scored 10, conceded 2.
Yes,
right? Considered 2. Balestier and Geylang. And tonight you have a big game against LCS. All right, and I'm doing that game, so good luck to you guys, and of course good luck to LCS as well.
Thank you.
But how special is this team this year? What do you think, Shah? Do you think this team is special, more special than maybe last year?
For me, yes, because it's different from last year, and then
because last year you weren't around, that's why.
I watched most of the games.
Okay.
But then because Gavin took the players, it's like the players, very hard to explain because Gavin has his own style of play, so he know who to take.
Right.
Like for example, like the ball players lah.
Okay.
So it's
to fit the system.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Right.
And then yes, I think this year we got a very high chance to be champion.
I just wanted to ask you that. You already answered that. Taufik, how special is this team?
Yeah, I think
what is the best part about this team this year? Tell me. Apart from the way you guys play, like obviously you guys are ball players and technically very good, but what is it? Why is it so special?
I think the bond. Between all of us. Compared to the past few years, we had some issues in terms of like about this player, that player.
Right.
These
are normal, right?
That
normal.
happens in football.
Right.
But this year, like everyone is positive.
Okay.
I know it's too early to say because we've been winning. So everyone is positive. But I believe in this team that with the squad that we have the ingredients. So I think we can win the title, and that's my dream for this club.
It's great that you mentioned that as well, right? Because it's still early, and of course the first test will come when you start losing a game, or when you lose that very first game. Obviously you don't want to do that. You want to go through the season without losing a game, but I think that will be the first test. Quick question: win the league this year?
Yes.
Wonderful. We want, before we go, right? Just a few things that I want to talk about. These are personal thoughts about yourself and Taufik as well. Shah, your build. growing up, you were skinny. Not that you are very muscular now, but you were damn skinny, right? Did people ever tell you growing up that no, you never ever going to be a footballer, or as in a professional footballer? Did anyone tell you that?
No lah. But then a lot of coaches like talk about my book.
Yeah.
They just say, oh, eat more. But then to be honest with you, I eat a lot lah. But then
Right. He does eat a lot.
Yeah?
He really
I always eat.
Okay. So you
We
eat a lot,
always
but
say
you
that.
can't. But you do hit the gym now and whatever. Right. What do you tell people who say that small people cannot, or not small people, people small in stature can't make it into the professional league and play for the national team? What do you have to tell these people?
For me, I just ignore them and just continue what I love doing in football, and then just hit the gym a bit lah.
A bit only. Taufik, the way you play, right? Lots of aggression. And listen, as a defender, right? Nobody wants to play against you. Yeah, because you keep on going as well, and that's just like how
Noah
Alam Shah used to play the game, right?
Yeah.
Has anyone or any coaches tell you to relax a little bit, like tone down a little bit? What was the message given to you if someone sees you and says that you being a little bit, they can tell that you are going to
Yeah. Vijay always asks me to stay calm.
Yeah.
And be smart. I mean, you want to be aggressive, yes, but you need to show that desire that you want to win the ball, and obviously, we need to show that on the field. Like you cannot be tackling like half-hearted like that.
Yes.
Then it's very hard to win the ball, and
Yes.
the opponent will get more comfortable.
Right.
Then they'll be more comfortable against you. So usually, my for myself, I always like to make defender be like what you said.
Yes.
So
Uncomfortable, right?
yeah, so easier for me to
Right.
Yeah. So that's how.
Have
I
you
always
ever
play.
been red carded?
Yes.
How many times?
I think 3 times.
3 times in the league, right? How about you, Shadow?
2 times.
Twice, huh?
DPMM, man.
Okay, nice.
Yellow card, yes. Last year I had suspended 1 game for 4 yellow cards.
Okay. Shah, what is your parents' influence on your life so far, or your career so far? How big has it been?
Since young, they wanted me to be a national player. And then, because last time, they don't usually watch my match because I don't want them to watch.
Why?
Because I know last time I always never get the playing time.
Okay.
And then now, in 2018, when they want to start watching again, I'm a bit like 50-50. Like I want them to watch, but then in 2019, when they keep coming and then like keep supporting me, I feel special because it helps me to push myself even harder when they are there to watch my match.
Nice. How about you, Taufik? How big have they been?
For my parents, they actually never miss a game, not a single game. Even like if the game is at Clementi, Jurong, never. I even told them that don't need to come lah. I mean very far.
Yeah.
For them to travel. Then they like never mind. Then they just sometimes say okay, but they show up. I mean it's good for me. I mean they has always been there. But after I got married, they start to relax a little bit. Then my wife has always also been there, never miss a single game. So my wife has been behind me all the way.
Nice.
Up till today.
Do you guys think of yourself as role models now?
For me, yes.
To whom? Obviously with your kids. You have kids, right? Role model to them.
We have lepak friends, right? I told you last time when we grew up.
Okay.
And they also have kids, and they I think one of my friend.
Now you're an uncle already,
Yes.
Yeah. They call you uncle.
Yes. They call me Uncle Taufik. Yeah, he always watch my match and he will like text me. And this guy, my mom looked after when he was a kid until today. He even create a fan page for me.
Wow.
I was like surprised. How come there's a fan page about me?
Nice,
Then he told
man.
me that he created it for me. Yeah, he has been always like asking me a lot of questions, like how do I adapt with pressure and this family juggle studies and football.
Yes.
And what I experience, I always share it to them. And
Shah, you? Role models? Are you a role model?
I think yes, because my cousin always look up to me,
Yeah.
and then like the young kids out there, like sometimes they always like DM me on social media.
Wow, nice.
Like how to be like you and
Okay.
all. Then I'm surprised lah because I'm a role model to them,
Yeah.
and from there I have to be like a bit disciplined a bit.
You listen. You guys said it right. It is very important that even if you don't think that you're a role model, sorry to say, it's gone already. You are a role model. As in, even if you don't want to be, because you don't need to be, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it comes with what you're doing,
Yes.
right? People are watching you, and now you're in the national team as well. You're starting to play games, and what more if you win the league and whatever, right?
Yes.
It comes to you naturally. So you guys have got to embrace it, and and I want to touch a little bit about the social media part, right? I think that's very important as well. I'm sure you use FB and Instagram and
Yes.
whatever. I think it's very, very important for you guys. You got to be responsible. You can't be going out there and posting,
Yes.
shit. Sad to say, right? But
Yeah.
that's the life of a professional footballer and someone who's successful. So good luck to you guys on that one. Before we go, a quick fire round. Okay. Both of you got to answer.
Surprise,
Both of you have got to answer the same question, lah. Very, very simple, right? We start off with Taufik. Your pre-match meal and drink before a game. Can be in the afternoon, can be in the evening, whatever you like to take before a
Always
game.
has been either rice
Yeah.
or chicken breast. Chicken breast must have.
Okay.
So it's either rice or pasta.
Right. How about you?
For me, rice and chicken.
Same. Chicken and rice,
Rice and
right?
chicken.
Okay.
Meat and yeah.
Who is your best friend in football? Don't say Shah. Who else besides Shah?
Best friend. Best friend, good friend.
In football, yeah, in
In
football.
football.
Yeah, it could be your teammate, could be someone from another team as well. It doesn't matter.
I think it's him.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's him.
Really?
I'm the closest with him. He always like also going out with me and my wife, my family.
How about you?
Him.
Really? Okay. Who is the Shah? You answer first. Who is the best dressed teammate? Someone who
I think it's me.
I said teammate, my friend. Yes.
Current teammate.
Yeah. No, can be anyone.
Anyone.
Yeah, anyone. Think Taufik. Shah.
I think it's Faris.
Faris Ramli. Why?
He likes to wear like overdress,
Oversized.
Yeah, oversized, sorry.
Oversized. Oversized shirts.
oversized shirt, and then with his cargo pants.
Okay. Taufik.
Okay, let me think. I think
He's pointing to you.
no, I think either both of them lah, Faris or Shah.
Shah, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. Overdressed as well.
I think
Oversized.
now I think Sai also.
Who?
Saifullah.
Saifullah as well.
Saifullah
Okay.
also.
Okay. Worst dress?
I think it's Boris.
Boris, why?
He likes to wear like his polo, and then with his, it's a pink color by the way.
Okay.
And his shorts.
What's wrong with pink? Pink is fine, what?
I don't know. The color combination is.
You?
Rabak.
Taufik? Worst dress?
Worst I think Joel lah.
Why?
Dress up like
Apek.
really apek. So I always call him apek. Like hey apek, you know.
Does he drive to
No, he take public. And
Okay.
If I'm not a footballer, I don't know him. I would like, hey, you footballer? You know, I even said that to him. Like, hey, come on. I mean, he really like walk like that and then dress up like really apek, like just normal t-shirt and just short pants. And sometimes
Brilliant, man. And nobody would think that he's a super footballer,
Yes,
right?
yes. Yeah.
Joel, you are officially called the Ape of Tampines. Alright. Okay, Taufik, you start with you. Your most difficult opponent.
Difficult opponent in SPL.
Can be anything. SPL, national team, whatever. Or even in training, you never know, man. Your
Training currently, I think is
shouting.
opponent could be
Shah, you got anyone? Your
For-
most
for
difficult
my
opponent. Yeah.
position, it's Hami.
Hamid Shaheen.
Hami Shahin.
Why?
Because I don't know, he always don't give us time to like turn.
Okay, right.
He always
Press
will
you.
be hard
the
on
ball,
you.
Right? You?
for me. I think for my teammate in trainings, I think it's Yasir.
Yeah? Why?
Yasir always he's the type of player who is aggressive also. So
Okay.
we both are,
Right.
doing the same thing. So
How about a defender in your as an opponent,
Yes,
like
I
in the
think-
SPL? Who is
defender.
yeah? Because you're a
Opponent.
striker, right? So who's your
Hardest I would say. I would say Huzaifa. Huzaifa is a defender.
okay?
Huzaifa.
Fair enough. Okay.
Huzaifa
Hey, somebody said this, about Huzaifa. I think it was Kyoga, right?
Kyoga.
Somebody said this about Huzaifa as well, because he's quite irritating, right?
Very irritating and smart. He's very smart.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
very
I know,
smart.
and he's a
Yeah.
good footballer as well.
Yes.
Okay, Shah, who's the best player at Tampines besides yourself?
I think it's Kyoga.
Kyoga, you?
Hard to say. I think everyone is at their peak
Don't
right now.
don't sit on the fence. Come on, one player, just one player who's to you the best in Tampines. Kyoga?
I would agree with
Okay,
Kyoga.
right. Taufik, what is Shah's weakness
Weakness in training.
in football, lah?
In football,
Yeah. Shah think,
Shah's weakness in football.
Shah, Taufik's weakness.
His weakness.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
Header.
Header?
He won't hit the ball.
Right. Why you spoil the hair, right?
That's correct.
Huh? Okay, how about Taufik's weakness?
Taufik. I think it's mentality.
Why? Why?
When he's tired, he's
Yeah,
Right?
I agree.
Okay. Your biggest influence so far in your career? Someone who's influenced you the most in your career so far? From, I don't know, from when you were schooling or whatever until now. Someone. Taufik.
Influence as in football.
Yeah.
Like close to me or
Anything. Can be your dad, can be whoever.
Let's see.
Shah, your biggest influence in your career so far?
I think my late grandfather. I think
Okay.
because he was a footballer back then,
Okay.
and then my dad always talk about him.
Right.
So I look up to him.
Nice. Taufik, still thinking, ah?
Yeah, still thinking.
Alamak.
I don't know.
Okay. Someone you want to meet but have not met yet?
Footballer,
Yeah.
local or
Anyone. Local, all you have met really, what?
yeah, that's right.
Shah?
Mbappe, yeah.
Mbappe? You?
I think Iniesta.
Iniesta.
I just want to ask him to pass his brains to me.
Brilliant.
Mbappe the speed to me. Pass the speed to me.
Okay. Okay, before we go, if you were not a footballer, what would you be?
I think
Dancer.
Is he a dancer? By the way? Does he
He likes to dance.
in the dressing room?
Yes.
Basket, I haven't seen this,
No lah.
So what would you be? Anything? Taufik, you think and just answer.
I think
Don't worry.
sepak takraw player.
Yeah?
Because I used to play in sepak takraw even in the national team.
Oh, okay.
Then after I played against Malaysia, I know
Yeah.
that we are far above, like the gap between like Singapore takraw
Okay.
and Malaysia is a lot different.
Really? You guys were much better. Oh, I didn't know.
No, not we are much better.
Oh, they are much
Malaysia.
better. And you were in the national team as well.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
So but
For
now no
short
more
period
lah.
of time,
Now no more. Cannot already.
Cannot.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, allowance also wasn't not that because
Okay.
at that point of time I had to choose like whether football or
Okay.
I cannot be playing both.
Okay.
So I chose football.
How about you?
I'm not sure because I love to play a lot of sports.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. If there was any other sport, what would it be?
Maybe sepak takraw also.
Hi.
Dancer. You got talent.
Second choice.
It's okay. It's okay. Now, before we go and wrap up and whatever, I just want to ask you this, right? If you have an advice for youngsters, right, who look up to you and who wants to be a professional footballer and whatnot, right? What would it be, Shah?
For me, okay, it's the normal stuff lah. Just continue to work hard. If it's about your size, don't worry. Because you just have to work on your strength lah. And then like during training and all, the most important thing is your technique lah. It's the crucial part.
Taufik.
Yeah, basically almost the same, but what I realized when I grew up and I would tell the younger ones is about technique lah. Actually, when you have technique, football is easy for you. I mean, yeah, your touches and everything, and yeah, you need to really look after your diet, your sleep, your rest, because it's not only about football or training. You can't perform if you don't had enough rest or your sleep and your food, obviously. Yeah, and yeah, I would advise the same thing. Just keep working hard, don't give up. Even if the tough gets the going gets tough, just keep going.
Gentlemen, thank you for being on the podcast. I think it has been good. It has been good information as well. Some of the things that you said, and tonight is a big game against the LCS,
Yes.
and good luck for that game as well. And really good luck for the future as well. For the national team as well, for club and whatever. And I think and I hope you guys go on to become bigger and bigger players than you are already. Right. So thank you for coming down. This has been the Silverfox Hustle podcast, episode number 81. Like I said before, share the love. Don't forget to click on the follow button, subscribe button. We're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Till the next episode, the hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle. Cheers.